Hello, how are you doing? Tesh Wajogona here. Thank you so much for your continued support. And if you do not know, I have a YouTube channel, Tesh Wajogona Vlogs UK. So, of recent past, I've received a lot of DMs, people asking me about their requirement, the visit visa requirement. And I know I've done this content so many times, and that is why I am requesting you, if you have any question, please visit Tesh Wajogona Vlogs UK on YouTube, because that's where I started and the videos are quite detailed. However, because I also understand TikTok is another platform and, you know, I might have new followers, then I will try in this video, in this now 9 minutes, try and explain what you need for a UK visit visa, for when applying for a UK visit visa. So I always say you are the one that knows why you want to visit the UK. Hence, then the requirements might differ from let's say from Caroline to John to somebody else. Also, something else that can make your supporting documents differ is mostly the age. Yeah, the age of the person that is coming to visit, and also their status of work. For example, I'll go quick on this. Let's say maybe you are inviting your mom, you are inviting your dad, and they are retired, and with no reasonable doubt, you are the one that has been supporting them. And therefore, when it comes to asking how they support themselves or their status of employment, they are going to write what is it called? Retired. They're going to choose retired. However, even when you're retired, like here, those people that are retired, they still receive pension. But we know in some African countries, this is not something that happens. And because one thing you have to keep at the back of your mind, money, your status, how you're going to fund yourself, it's very important. It's very important in this case. That is why, because now if you're retired and you don't have a pension or pay slips to show, and maybe your daughter has been the one that has been sponsoring you or supporting your lifestyle back home, then they are able to show the money, the slips that, or through Western Union, MoneyGram, how they have been sending you the money. However, now let's go to visit visa. So you can visit the UK. One way you can visit the UK when you are a tourist. Yeah, you're a tourist, you're coming to visit the UK, and you're not coming in anyone's house. So that will differ, for example, with someone probably that knows me and they are being invited by me. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah. The reason why I'm saying this, it's because when you are coming as a tourist, when it comes to the proof of address or where you're going or where you'll be staying, that means you're going to show the address or reservation for the hotel that you're going. However, if it's me who has invited you, I will send you an invitation letter, and I will also send you a proof of address. And I will also, a proof of address showing that I have a home where I will be hosting you, and I'm happy to do so. So those are two different types of visitors. Yeah. So some things are constant. One, if you are planning to visit, they will need you to show that social ties. And social ties can be, if you're working, your employer can write a letter stating that you're going on holiday, but you're expected at this date, maybe after 3 weeks or 4 weeks. If you're a student, your school can write a letter stating you're their student and they are aware you're going for a holiday and you are expected at school at this particular time. If you are a mother, you can include those children that are under 18 and under your care. Not only a mother, but a parent. You can include your dependents there to show that actually you have children that you look after, or you're their main carer. So that means you'll be going back. Another thing, if you're a business person, you can include things that shows, proof of your businesses, that shows, your businesses cannot do without you. So definitely after your visit, you will be going back. Don't ignore social ties. It's a major thing that people get denied visa or refused visa because they do not show social ties. Another thing is funds. Are you able to fund your trip? That is very important. And the only way you can show that you're able to fund your trip is through a bank statement, and not a forged bank statement, rather your bank statement. People get it wrong sometimes. Your bank statement doesn't have to have millions. Your bank statement just needs to show that it's genuine, it's active, and that you are able to fund your visit. I did not say you need to be a millionaire. I said you are able to fund your visit. How much Caroline needs in the account to prove their visit, how much Helen needs can differ. And that's because someone who has what are they called? If you're able to show that you probably own a mortgage, you live your own house, if you're able to show you have title deeds for your lands, even though you do not have a lot of money in your account, it still counts. Yeah. And remember those things like lands and so on, they also play a part of social ties, because those are your belonging. They need your care. So it just shows that you're kind of well off, you're okay. So you're showing that you have a life. Yeah, you have a life. So whenever you show a bank statement, you have to also show where your money comes from. And that is where now we have pay slips. You can use pay slips. You can also find ways to prove or have evidence of your what is it called, of your income. Because I do understand mostly in Africa, we have jobs, we have businesses that actually it's hard, it's kind of tricky to show how we get our income. Remember, you can have probably, what is it called, maybe you have a milk business, you own cows. Do you think it's straightforward to show that your income comes from that? It's not. But I know how, because I've supported people before and showing how you can get evidence of proof that your funds or the money in your account comes from that. But it's something you have to take into account. Yeah. What else? Of course, you need a valid passport. You need a valid passport to come. And yeah, if you're married, for social ties, you can include your marriage certificate there. It just shows that you have someone you're leaving behind, so you will be going back. And thus, I would say funds is a bigger thing when you're doing that. Of course, an invitation letter, if you have someone that is inviting you, or rather if you're coming as business, blah, 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 it doesn't matter. You only need to show your funds. And of course, you can include a good conduct. Yeah, good conduct. It's not necessary, but you can include it there. I know it sounds like I've just put, I've just mentioned two things major, but for you to prove that, you will find that you have actually, it depends with the situation. Like, for example, if let's say, for example, if you're my sister and I'm inviting you, to show our relationship, probably I might include my birth certificate and you include your birth certificate to show that we are our relationship. Because remember, even if I changed my maiden name and you changed your maiden name, our parents still remain the same on our birth certificate. Yeah. So if you need, if you have a question, ask it down below and we shall continue this conversation so that, all of us know what we are doing.